Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are still on our celebration night at Trista and Thor's Academy, and we've done the entirety of the academy. Now for today we're gonna do Trista, and hopefully by the end we'll have enough time to speak to Valimar and of course go into the dormitory and see our scene with Alyssa, which I'm hoping is gonna be very nice, sweet, and tad spicy, but we'll see. Alright, let's start it. Oh, thank you so much for liberating Trista from the Alliance control. It was awful. I wish I could do more to thank you, but all I have to offer is this new recipe I just put the finishing touches on. It would make me so happy if you shared it with your fellow classmates though. Ooh, tomato hot pot. Is that the last one, isn't it? Yes, we got all the recipes. So we need one for mixed grill. I think the rest we already got. Is this yours,
Okay,
Rean?
let's give this a try. Wow, people can actually eat this.
Yes, they can. Well, once we get control of everything and we can adjust our party, we'll make the last two. And after that we can go buy all our foodies in our academy and deliver all the food, which is a lot, because I think I only updated one of them. The other two, plenty of food we have in stock to deliver. But yeah, that's for another time. Even the upper class students seem relaxed tonight. That's all thanks to you and the brave souls who fought by your side. Oh, thank you. I've got no reason to go in here now. Maybe I'll try somewhere else. We can get in there another time, because it won't be the last time we're in Trista, right? Oh, here it is, our old dorm. This is where I first started cooking for myself, and where Klein used to give me advice until late into the night. I made a lot of memories here, to be honest. Seeing it again is kind of choking me up. I've got so many memories of this place that I'm kind of tearing up seeing it again. I feel so surreal to finally be back, but here we are. Yeah. It's hard to believe how hard this nostalgia is hitting me. I mean, we've only been gone for 2 months. It's a real shame that this war stole away so much of our time that we could spend here. Well, what can you do? It's almost here now anyway, both the war and my part in it. Did you say something? No, just ignore me. I can't wait to get back to life as usual here at the academy. The war's eating up more than enough of my time already. I want to get a chance to enjoy this place again before I finally graduate. Yeah, and that's the thing. When you do graduate from a school, you'll leave things behind. That's just the sad reality of it all, and I think that's what he was just saying. I've got no reason to be in here right now. Alright. I'm so glad to see that everyone here is doing alright. I've been so worried about them. I'm so happy. Oh, thank you, Adios. Ah, that big night thing is super cool. Yeah, it totally is. You should come and check it out with us, Rosine. The second she comes back, he starts fawning all over her again. Still, I guess he has been worried about her for months. I'll let them off this time. Honestly, I'm glad Rosine's okay too. Having everyone back like this feels almost like a dream or something. Oh, guess what? I helped out in the shopping district here too. Only because Tyson and I asked? Still, I'm very proud of all of you for being such hard workers while I was away. I can't believe this day has finally come. Thank you, Adios. Both Kay and Rudy really did their part in helping out these past few months. That's not to say they didn't cause me trouble when they ordered the wrong number of emergency supplies, but they still work hard, and that's what counts. We all have achievements to be proud of today. Oh, we're so happy to finally have you home, Rosine. We heard something terrible happened in Celtic. You're not hurt, are you? Oh, I'm just fine, honestly. Even better after seeing that all of you are safe. Yep, we look out for one another and made sure that nobody did anything too dangerous. We were really worried about the students who disappeared though. I'm so glad they're okay. Oh, please, don't cry. You'll make me all sniffly too. Yeah, and me too. Getting so emotional here. Alright, back to church. Oh, in remembrance of Celtic, they're playing here too. Oh, I was so relieved to see that Rosine was alright after all. I heard she was trying to do what she could for the people of Celtic after the tragedy occurred there too. I was deeply moved when I first found out. She's the very model of a perfect sister. Yeah, and I'm sure she'll be doing great things in the future. I can only imagine how comforting Rosine's efforts were for the people of Celtic after all they've been through. I think it might be time for her to move up from an apprentice sister to a full one. She'd be a real credit to the church. Yeah, but first, she needs to finish her school. Because yeah, if she wants to be a nun for the rest of her life, it's her choice. But finishing school is a good backup to have, and the information she learns there will be beneficial as a nun as well. It's wonderful to hear the joyful sounds of people reuniting with old friends and rejoicing in their safety. The shadow of war still looms heavily over us, and the sadness it brought to us will never truly be forgotten. But there's no harm in celebrating our current happiness, so let us do just that. Let us give thanks to the goddess for the blessing she has given us today, and let us pray that the shadows of war and the sadness they bring will soon be dissolved in the light. Well, that is what we aim to do. Oh, here I am, back at Thor's and playing the violin. I didn't think this could happen. All we've been through, everything we've done, getting back here makes it all worth it. I know I'll be playing my part to make this night amazing. I've got high hopes. I can't wait for everyone together for our concert tonight. We're all going to work hard as we can to make it sure it's wonderful. Hey Rean, having fun? I sure am. What are you doing playing here, Elliot? Isn't there a mass or something starting soon? Believe it or not, Father Paolo gave the Wind Orchestra permission to play here today. Mint and Bridget should be here as soon as they've taken care of some other stuff. Sounds like fun. I'll have to stop by and listen to it if I get the chance. Well, please do. Well, unless we're busy with Alyssa on something else that is equally important. The rest of the Wind Orchestra should be here soon, and then we'll be able to start a little concert. It'd be great if you get a chance to come and watch us perform. Well, if I have the time and the opportunity, I will definitely be there. This is Rean you're talking about. If anyone knows how to support people, definitely him. Ooh, didn't know we would be able to enter here. Oh, it's nice to be able to relax and enjoy a drink like this after all this time. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, Melissa. Oh, don't apologize. You must have been through more than enough. I just hope this is the first step back towards our normal, everyday lives. So do I. So do I. I wouldn't be able to sit here with my wife if it weren't for you and your friends. So thank you all, from the bottom of my heart. Life's been difficult since our town was occupied by the Alliance, but I always knew we'd be rewarded for persevering. There's nothing we can't overcome if we face it together as a family. Life's been difficult. Yes. Wait. There's a copy of a magazine called Driving for Everyone here. Cool, a car magazine from Heimdallr. That's a really nice paint job actually. Fury coloring. Ooh. Definitely have to check that one out when we're back on the ship. Nope, the little girl hasn't gone to bed just yet. Even though it is very late.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Oh, have you been doing okay, Kenny? Sure have. I caught a really rare fish over in Norcia province. Here, I'll show you. Yay, I want to see. Wow, how did you catch this? Hold on to your socks because this is a whale of a tail. Yeah, I want to fish first before talking to Kenneth. Just in case we get some extra points and get to a legendary level of fishing. Maybe. Ooh, that's definitely new. Don't make it so difficult. Oh god, this is gonna hurt my fingers, and this is... Oh wait, I got it. I got it.
Wow, this is a big one.
The noble carp. Ooh. Another new one. Yes, it might hurt my fingers, but I still want them. There might be a new one. Yes. In the bag, you.
Wow, this is a big one.
Yes, a catfish. Perfect, thank you very much.
Huh.
And then 3 weak ones or one more new one? No, that's an old one. I think that's the biggest one we were able to catch here in the past, right? Is it?
Wow, this is a big one.
I still keep forgetting that this is the first time we're in Trista in Cold Steel 2. That the last time was actually in the previous game, wasn't it? Time goes by so fast, doesn't it? Huh. Realizing we're already on episode, what, like 105? Fast can be interpreted in multiple different ways.
Wow, this is a big one. Huh.
More catfish for everyone.
Wow, this is a big one.
There's nothing like fishing after sunset. Remember our competition right here? The one where we both tried to catch the Guardian? Good memories. Yeah, that was a blast. Feels like a lifetime ago at this point. There are plenty of new fish in here now too. Care to join me and see what we can catch? Man, it feels good to be back in Trista. Even the way the air smells is nostalgic. You know, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the night fishing right here. Alright, well, I still want to have some points left for after we caught everything, just in case we get an extra gift here that we might be able to use, because that would be amazing. But for now, like blue pendulum, blue emblem, still blue, I think those are things we can make just through the traditional trading system. I think these three are a little bit more, well, I won't say important, but useful. And these two doesn't have like a collection with it, so I'm gonna buy one of each again, and the rest of the point we'll keep for whatever we might get once we catch everything, because those last two, we'll get them too. Oh, hey there. We're open until late tonight, so you can stop by and shop to your heart's content. Phew. It is much easier doing business now that the Alliance is out of our hair. They needed paperwork for everything. But we managed to hang in there, thanks to in no small part to Kay and all the people helping out. Never would have thought I'd say that before the war. I guess he's growing up a bit. We didn't have it as rough as the students, of course, but there was still a lot that we couldn't do with the Alliance around. Still, we're free of them now, and you guys are back, so I say all the struggle paid off, wouldn't you? Well, paid off might be a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but I'll take it. Ooh, a body handbook. A small book full of inspiring words about the body. Well, we have plenty of money, so we might as well get one. Ah, after all that turmoil, it's nice to have a life back to normal after so long. I've missed being able to go taking these walks of mine. They weren't very relaxing or enjoyable with the Alliance around. I always want my warmest, most sincerest thanks for what you've done to this city. It's only thanks to you that I'm able to enjoy my walks once again. The store is littered with all sorts of gardening implements and products, none of which is of any relevance to you. I haven't been able to reach our owner for some time now. Logically, I know he's probably just fine, but I just can't stop worrying about him. I hope tomorrow's operation goes well so I can talk to him again. I'm very worried about the operation tomorrow, as I imagine most people are. Please, try to get plenty of rest tonight while you can, so that you'll be in peak condition for whatever you need to do. If the person I think will be out there, then I think we'll be just fine. That's a big defense increase and agility increase as well. Ooh, and 10% evade. That's not bad. I wonder if this might be the one thing we need to top off Fee and her evasion to make her a true evasion queen. I like the speed at 2 points, but is it worth 100 defense points? I don't think so. Only one red jumper for him. Thank you very much. And I'm sure now that we've seen it, it will be on the ship as well. If not, we can maybe come back here. Ah man, can I believe how long it's been since we lost here? Tonight kinda reminds me of the Academy Festival after party too. Well, same here, especially because it smells like good business waiting to happen. Just think of all the commemorative sales we could hold if we get this war wrapped up. My wallet is feeling thicker already. Ah, nothing but profit in that head of yours, is there? We got to put a bow on this war as soon as possible. Just think of the commemorative sales we could get a hold. Maybe we could even organize some sort of business opportunity over them at the Academy again. Never hurts to dream. Ah, Yugor never changes, does he? Cannot deny that I'm feeling the urge to open up another stall like I did during the festival though. Yeah, I get that. Good memories. Hey, it's one of Thor's little horror heroes. Please don't tell me people are calling us that. Sorry, just a festive mood talking. Pay me no mind. They're all grateful for what you did. Thanks to your students, we're free. As a way of saying thanks, we'll be staying open late, just for you guys. I'm sure you want to enjoy yourself and catch up with your old pals, and we don't want to get in the way of that. Oh, that's really nice of you, thanks. Hard to believe there's been 2 whole months since the day you kids vanished. It's been a long time coming, but I'm happy you all managed to get back together in one place again. Now, get out there and have fun. Well, depends on what you have in store for us. Just still checking for anything that has even the slightest inkling of being part of a set. I think our ingredients will probably be relatively fine, except for the one item I made. Yes, energy jelly. Which is not a bad thing. It restores CP, so it's always good to have that in a tough spot. Rex and I have been running around town taking as many pictures as we can. It's just nice to see how happy everyone is. There's not a frown to be found. Seeing everyone like this reminds me that smiles are what I wanted to capture most. Smiles are contagious. It just makes me happy to see people happy. This is what I want to capture with my camera the most of all. Smiling faces. I think we all wanted that. Good evening. Lovely to see the town so vibrant again, isn't it? That it is, though I take it that you're here for preparing for tomorrow instead of joining the festivities? Oh, you got it. We're getting our high-speed vehicles prepped in Trista station as we speak. We've already got a team at work near Carroll too. On top of that, the 4th Division rolls out tomorrow morning. Get some rest tonight. We won't have the luxury for much longer, unfortunately. I will. But that's enough serious talk for now. Tonight's supposed to be happy. Just make sure you rest up and you'll be in peak condition for tomorrow, alright? Well, maybe we won't rest much tonight, but we'll definitely be in peak condition. I can assure you. I love the mood tonight. What do you say about doing a tour of the town ourselves? That does sound nice. It'll be just like a date. Oh, I know. Maybe we should wrap ourselves up together in that red scarf again. Oh, that may be a little bit too cute. This brings back memories. It's a lovely idea, but I think I'd be worried about everyone staring at us if we did it outside. I think that kind of thing best kept behind closed doors anyway. Oh, did you overhear that? Well, we've only got one scarf, so we need to try and make do. Especially because it's too cold to be out without one. Still, maybe if we all hold hands, that would be enough to keep us warm? Ah, come on, Kurt, that includes you. Mom and Dad will never change. I'm so glad all the scary souls are gone, though. I couldn't have played outside when they were here. Yeah, and I never hope they change. Because it's always nice to see a lovey-dovey couple like that. Alright, no one here, nothing shiny. Ah, you're a weird kid, you know that? Everyone's out there celebrating and you're hanging out in a dingy old shop. Nice to see the war hasn't changed your attitude, at least. I heard you were gathering information on the war and passing it on to Principal Van Dyke this whole time. I wanted to thank you for that. Well, you gotta do something to kill time when business is slow, right? Seriously, kid, it was no big deal. But what's this I hear about you helping out the Imperial Army with an operation tomorrow? Let me give you a word of advice. Watch your back. You can stick your hands out in a hornet nest without getting stung. Every action has a consequence. That is very true. I'll be sure to keep that in mind tomorrow. The merchants of Trista have apparently agreed to stay open until late tonight, so here I am. Bah, you guys sure watch your back tomorrow. The guys behind this war are real monsters, every last one of them. Yeah, I think he's talking about Ouroboros. Because those guys, they are the real monsters. Okay, now that we have two, we can make an additional Arc Tyrant badge. So we can keep one for ourselves if we deliver the other one as a set piece. That was the entire idea behind it, at least for me. I always have the idea that if I don't see anything in the curious section, that I haven't missed any gigantic items. I think we only had one in Cold Steel 1. So far, 0 on this one. I'm very happy with that. How did you know I'd find you here? Joyous towns such as this give up a sweet call for traveling musicians of my elegant caliber. Please, I insist, allow me to volunteer my music to make this night one to remember. As much as I hate to admit it, things do feel a little more high-spirited with him around. Well, that's why he's here. Oh, my dear listeners, I'm here to fill this world with love and peace. Allow me to play you a song that will warm your hearts and bring a light into this dark night. It is called The World Full of Love. Yeah. Oh, someone looks ready for bed. You better head back to the Courageous. You'd catch a cold if you slept out here, and we need you in fighting shape for tomorrow. Aw, come on, I'm not gonna fall asleep. I'm just a little tired. See, I'm as awake as I can be. Besides, who would waste a night like this snoozing? After all the work we gotta put into getting back here, we gotta enjoy it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, it's kind of nice to hear that you like this town enough that you're happy to be back. Duh! You're always telling me I'm just as part of Class 7 as you are, So this is my home away from home. And it's just nice having a home to come back to, you know? Aw, that was so heartfelt. Okay, I admit, I am kinda sleepy, but I still want to stay out for a little while longer. How could I not after all the work it took to get back here? I'm afraid I've not yet discovered a way to control Lady Margaritas when she gets like this. It appears you have no recourse but to attempt to pacify her yourself. May I suggest accepting her offer of a warm embrace and whispering sweet nothings in her ears as a starting point? No, you may not. Oh, goddess, I never imagined it would be possible, but she even more fearsome than ever before. Perhaps the truest sign of the terror of war is that it's made her stronger. This is not the terror of war, Master Vincent. It is simply the power of love. Oh, don't just stand there making pithy comments. Serifa, assist me, please.
I made some delightful sweets for you, using every single bit of my love. But don't we cuddle up on the bench over there and feed them to each other? Should you be so overtaken by your longings that we end up entangled in some romantic embrace, then so be it.
No, please, anything but that.
Come on now, there's no need to be shy. But that is one of the many things I love about you. It just makes me want to hug you tighter and never, ever let you go.
I just please, grant me escape from this mad woman. They are gonna get married at some point, I'm sure of it. Oh, it's so nice to hang out again. We haven't talked in like forever. We'll have to be sure to go shopping together as soon as this stupid war is over, okay? You've got to promise. Okay, I promise. It's such a relief to know that Melinda's the same old Melinda. Makes all the works we put into retaking Trista really worth it. Oh, how I've missed being able to go on a good shopping spree. It just wasn't the same with all those soldiers around. The chance to unleash my inner shopaholic with Colette again can't come soon enough. You and Ellen have really gotten stronger since I was away. It looks like the war provided you both with ample training opportunities. Well, I'm pretty sure you could probably still wipe the floor with us at once, though. And to be fair, Patrick got a little tougher and a little less of an asshole too. Just a little. You know, Loggins, there's no harm in giving someone an honest compliment once in a while. I have to admit that I'm still rather upset over losing to your claws. But oh well, today's our day in the sun. I suppose I can let it slide this once. Yeah, you'll take back that win next time. Patrick was a real piece of shit when I first met him, but he's gotten a little bit better since then. Kinda. Still, looks like we'll be able to leave the club in decent hands now at least. True. Would you like something warm to drink? Oh, free of charge, of course. And courtesy of the merchants of Trista. It's a day of celebration, and there's all the more reason to make sure that you don't catch a cold. The town and the academy are like a flower bed in full bloom. Nothing but happiness as far as the eye can see. I doubt any of us will ever forget this day. It's really cold out tonight, so we're out giving hot drinks to anyone who wants to warm up. It's good to have everyone back. I really miss seeing all of you. Oh, sorry. I always cry over stuff like this. I get so emotional at these things. Today's a happy day. No time for tears. Smile, Dolly. Smile. Especially since nobody knows what might happen tomorrow. We should take the chance to be happy while we have it. So true. Because before you know it, everything might explode. Voices can be heard on the other side of the glass. Alright, that goes for the script. Still, we're doing this thing live. The guys doing the recording need to be ready for anything. Right. We're all ready to be here to go too, man. If you don't mind me asking, how close to the action are we going to get?
What do you think? As close as we can get.
He really fired up in there. I hope he doesn't do anything too risky.
Okay, people, let's get those final checks done. Get our narrator on standby too.
Tomorrow's gonna be a really important day for all of us. Oh, that it surely will be.
I haven't gazed upon this wonderful, wonderful board in a very long time. There really aren't many submissions, as there were during the peak Misty period, but that's no surprise. It's heartwarming to see how many there still are, though. For you Trista's diehard fans clearly haven't turned away from it. It's making me a little emotional. I believe the time has come. The time for the radio alias Passion Boy to make his glorious return to the airways.
Yeah, just leave us out of it, please.
Oh, hello. We're really glad you were able to take this town back from the Alliance. Nice work. We're cooking up a special broadcast for tonight about everything that happened here.
You're all gonna be famous. We'd actually kind of prefer if you guys didn't make too much of a big deal about our involvement in all of this. Too late. After having the truth silent by the army for so long, the director's desperate to broadcast it now. His attention is starting to shift to the battle for Heimdallr tomorrow though. He's got his heart set on broadcasting it all live, so he's running around doing the preparation to make that happen. Really? It's an interesting idea. I can imagine most places in the country have a clear idea of what's going on. Getting accurate, unbiased information to as many people as possible could even have an impact on the war's outcome. That is his theory too. Tomorrow's gonna be one heck of a day, that's for sure. Hell yeah. Alright, one more place to visit before we head over to Valimar. Wait. Could those books be, by any chance, is it a complete Gambler Jack 2 collection? Yeah, but... I knew it. So, have you read it already? What do you think of it? Interesting? I guess I wasn't really in the mood for a story set in Calvert, but other than that, it was fine. Why do you ask? You a fan? How dare you imply I have an interest in mass market rubbish like that, and set in an enemy country no less. No, I mustn't be so quick to judge. Rixia Mao gave the series a wholehearted recommendation in an interview, so there must be something worth in those pages. Rixia Mao? The Crossbellin performer? Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten about this celebrity crush. I'm glad to see you've forgotten her name. That's good. Very good. Her recommendation spurred within me an infinitesimal interest in those books, but finding them has posed quite a challenge. I finally managed to acquire copies of the original and read them cover to cover, but the sequel continues to escape my grasp. That's a shame. He is eyeing these books like a starving animal. Maybe I should just give it to him? Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is part of a side quest, giving him the entire collection. Well, if you really wanted them, I'd be happy to give you my copies. Are you sure? Of course, I've already read them and not exactly chomping at the bit to read them again. Well, if you insist, I suppose it would be rude of me to refuse an offer from a student. Very well, I will take your extra literature off your hands. I think this is probably a heartfelt thank you in Heinrich's speech. I should give you something in return though, shouldn't I? Very well. Ooh, we are really getting towards the end of the game if the quests are giving Zemurian ore. Nice. Well, this one is Laura's. Zemurian ore? I can't believe it. If you don't mind me asking, how did you end up with this? It's an antique that has been passed down in my family for generations. It is hardly valuable enough for me to call it an heirloom, and I've never thought of it as anything more than an odd stone. From what I hear, however, in the right hand, it can be used to customize weapons. It is not doing any good in my possession, obviously, but it might do well in yours. Well, if you're sure. Thank you very much. We'll make sure to put it to proper use. I'm glad to hear it. As for these books, I suppose I'll read them after you succeed in your operation tomorrow. To make sure you come back safely and not for my reading pleasure alone. We will. Well, that was good. And you and your classmates are truly irresponsible. Did you never at any point think of what might happen if you got hurt staging an operation like that? Well, yeah, but Has he even had that much to drink? He's talking like he's got started this morning. What's worse is that you've even corrupted the other classes. If Class 7 has never been cooked up, the upper class students in the academy never would have been debased themselves by attempting something so insane. Absolutely never. I know you can hear me, Instructor Celestine. All of this is your fault, I hope you know. Aw, come on. You can't blame me for every little thing that happens at the academy, can you? Well, maybe a little bit this part.
Ah, yes, I was so glad to see that all of these students who stayed at the academy are doing well. I'm still a little disappointed we couldn't invite Instructor Neidhart to this little gathering though. Yeah, he probably had his hands too full preparing for tomorrow's battle to be sitting around here. I hope he's going to be alright. Ah, indeed. Worry not. I'd honestly be more concerned for the safety of his enemies. I'm sure he'll be back in here in no time, arguing with Instructor Sarah like a couple of lovers who can't admit their true feelings for one another. Oh, Thomas, your ass, I heard that. Ah, when this war is finally over, I'll have to be sure to invite Instructor Neidhart out for drinks again. Naturally, you're always welcome to join us for some fine fraternal bonding, Rean. Well, I think I could swing it, as long as you don't try to spike my drink or anything. Evening, Rean. Out for a little stroll to see what everyone's up to? Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised you're passing the time with your good old friend Mr. Booze. Well, the plan was to have a little get-together with all the instructors to celebrate finally being back. But the only ones who've shown up so far are me and these two. I think they're not exactly my first choice for drinking buddies. You better not be mocking me to one of my students, Instructor Celestine. Why, come and join us, Rean. There's a seat right there, and the libations are flowing fast and free. Nah, it's alright. I wouldn't want to intrude. If I sat down, it'll be all over. They'd never let me escape. I wish the other instructors would hurry up. I'm not sure how much longer I can suffer this company. I would better off of just getting sloshed myself out at the counter. Yes. It's so nice to finally be able to sit and enjoy a relaxing cup of fresh tea again. But who knows how long it will be able to. There's no telling what tomorrow may bring, so we should enjoy what we can while we can. So the time to fight for Heimdallr is nearly upon us. I suppose I should enjoy the last moments of relaxation while I can. Well, Trista's finally seemed like it's back to the way it should be. It just isn't right unless we all live like this. And who do we owe to that? You students, of course. So here's a little something from me. Ooh, golden pasta. Wow, there's a lot here. Thank you so much. Ah, sure thing. Make sure you all enjoyed it. I'm giving every customer who walks in here tonight a freebie. Won't be a night to remember if we don't all pitch in, you know? Yeah, I got that. Alright, let's see if there's someone upstairs. If not, that should be it for Trista, and it is. Alright, let's see where Valimar is hanging out. Is it left or right? Alright, that side it is. Now yeah, and I considered on which one would be first, and considering that I think if we go to the dormitory for Alyssa, we might spend the night together at the dormitory, so it would be clearly after our conversation with Valimar. So that's how I got to the decision of doing Valimar first.
Hey, Valimar.
Hello, Rean.
I came to see how you were holding up. Sure was a surprise when you offered, but thanks for volunteering to serve as a lookout.
Not a problem. Perhaps you and your friends have influenced me to some degree. Each and every one of you have come a long way to take this place back. I simply wish for you to be able to dedicate this evening to celebrating that achievement.
Thanks. You know, looking back, I never figured the day would come when I'd be able to have a natural conversation with you like this. You've changed a lot in that regard. You've gone from sounding mechanical to dignified, I suppose.
I've been working to gradually recover my memories over time, and while still fragmented, I am now able to recollect specific memories from my past.
Really? Does that mean you remember some of what happened before you went to sleep in the old schoolhouse?
Correct. I went to sleep 250 years, 128 days ago. And my previous awakener was a man known as Drykel's Right Armor.
Yeah, in all honesty, after the last few memories we saw, I kinda got that. But I also got the picture that there were more knights than just the three that we know of.
Wow.
I still think there is a knight for every element. Definitely.
So it really was Drykel's, huh? I had my suspicions when I saw that memory in the last shrine, but I didn't want to assume.
I believe you resonated with the memories that reside within the proving grounds. Drykel's visited the spirit shrines as you did. In each one, he obtained the same ore with which to forge his weapon, advanced upon the same capital, and it was there, with many allies at his side, that he laid the war to rest in one final confrontation.
Just like we're about to.
It's kind of eerie how similar our paths are.
It is.
But it makes me feel a little self-conscious too, in a way. I doubt we're doing all this half as well as he did. What kind of person was he, anyway?
He was an open-minded, composed, and driven man, full of bravery and daring, and in some ways, an enigma. Yet for those he met, he was ever kind and merciful. He had dignity in measure with his stature, and still at times, one could see in his eyes the glimmer of a child's.
He was really something, wasn't he? Hearing you talk about him, I don't know if I could be anything like he was. But maybe if I were, I'd be able to do more for everyone.
There is little need in striving to be something you are not.
Huh?
Since my awakening, I have watched over you. I have seen you grow as a person. Drykel's found success in playing to his strengths. You, though different, possess strengths no less great. Just as he attracted his own supporters, so too have you gained those who would choose to stand by your side and no other. Take pride in those who become your sword, for not even kings can buy loyalty you have earned.
Thanks, Valimar.
That's a really amazing, great thing to say, and the way to say it. Couldn't have said it better myself.
You're right. I should focus on improving myself as I am, rather than try to become someone I'm not. Seeing as how I'm fighting for my future and to bring home my friend, it wouldn't make sense to be anyone else, really.
Yeah, we're so close. We were able to see it in the distance.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like the Tachi will be done by morning. So if you're up for it, I think we should test it out tomorrow. I'll be counting on you, Valimar.
I shall do all within my power.
I wonder if Crow is this friendly with his own knight. If all knights have a personality like that one. I like to think so. Alright, I think it's time for us to have a little one-on-one session with Alyssa. And not postpone this to the next episode. I could, but that would be slightly torturous, wouldn't it? Well, I promise I'd meet Alyssa here. Should I head inside and wait already though? I think I'm here kind of early. Returning to the dormitory and talking with your chosen character will cause the main story to advance. Yeah, we talked to everyone, did everything we could, so let's enter it. Class 7 dormitory.
Sorry for the wait, Rean.
Oh, hey, Elisa. I only just got here, actually. All done catching up with the rest of the lacrosse club?
Yeah, it was great to be back with them, but I think we've done enough celebrating for the time being. Plus, Varys ended up giving me a few friendly words of advice, too.
About you and Rean, hmm?
It's kind of hard to say no to a girl who keeps insisting a lady ought to not keep a gentleman waiting, you know?
Yeah, sounds like her all right.
Anyway, never mind her. It really does feel strange to be back here in our old dormitory. In a good way, of course. As soon as I stepped through the doors, all the memories of the times we spent together here came flooding back.
Yeah, same here. It's been a long time coming, but we finally made it. Well, while we're here, do you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, why not?
Smooth, Rean. Real smooth. And more plans from Fee.
It's funny how time works, isn't it? It's only been a couple months since we were last here, and yet I feel like it's been years.
I guess that just goes to show how much of a mark the time we spent here has left on us, though. Every room, every corridor has a memory attached to it. Just one look, and I suddenly remember it all like it was yesterday.
You know, I guess that's true. I just wish Crow were here with us to share this feeling. It doesn't feel quite right without him.
I wish you were here, too. He's as much a part of Class 7 as the rest of us. Give it time, though. Next thing you know, he'll be right here reminiscing with us.
You really never change, Rean. It was clear from the moment we met. You were someone who really cared for others. And you're as kind now as you were then. You were our leader. Always tirelessly looking out for every member of the group and putting our needs before your own. We're so grateful for all you've done. And that goes double for me. Hey, Rean? Do you still remember our first day at the academy?
Oh, he does. Very vividly.
Our first day? How can I possibly forget? First, we bumped into each other outside the station because I was so taken by the lino flowers, and then that happened. I'd love to tell you I've done what you asked and forgotten, but that's just plain not possible. Sorry about that.
I should have known. Then again, who am I to talk? It's such an embarrassing memory, I doubt I'll ever be able to forget it. And the part outside the station was the most picture-perfect way to meet you, too. Then we both had to go and ruin it.
I really am sorry about what happened, though. Just so we're clear on that.
In a strange way, though, it kind of worked out for the best. Afterward, I just kept thinking about what happened over and over again. And before I knew it, I couldn't get you out of my head. We barely met, and you were willing to risk getting seriously injured just to protect me from harm. That left a real impression on me. I kept wondering, why? Why would you do that? What kind of person must you be? Next thing I knew, I found myself watching you from afar. I was so curious about every little thing you did. And the more I learned about you, the more I wanted to know. I wanted to find out how you saw the world around you, and how you were able to live so true to yourself.
You know, you were always on my mind, too. You've always been hardworking, with all the pride of a noble and a strong competitive streak. But I think what stood out to me the most was how considerate you are of others, and how you always put them before yourself. All that time you say you were thinking about me, I was probably thinking about you, too. To be honest, you've been on my mind ever since our picture-perfect meeting, as you put it.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes those moments, you just know.
During the past few weeks and months, I've gotten to know more and more about what makes you the person you are. The two of us have had so many long talks about finding our own paths through life, or about deciding how we want to live. And somewhere along the line, I found myself hoping that between whatever you decided and whatever I decided, the paths we chose for ourselves would eventually meet and become one, so we could walk side by side.
Does that mean?
I love you, Elisa. And no matter what happens, or what you decide to do with your life, even if our paths one day end up parting, and we have to go our separate ways, my feelings for you will never change.
He finally said it out loud. And before her, like it should.
Rean. If it weren't for you, I'm not sure I would have ever found the courage to find a path for myself at all. I was only able to because of how much your determination inspired me. How it made me want to struggle on, just like you do. And I love you too, Rean.
I'm so glad. I'm feeling kind of embarrassed now.
Yeah, that's kind of part of the course.
I've got a lot of memories of this place already, but I think this one might leave the strongest impression of all.
So am I. I can't see my face, but I think it's safe to say it's redder than it was at the old schoolhouse. But I'll never forget this moment. No matter what happens, I won't forget. No matter what hardships I might end up facing, I'll just have to think of you, and I'll be strong enough to overcome them.
And the same goes for me, too. I've got no idea if I really deserve someone as good as you. There's still so much I don't know about myself. But I do know that I want you by my side, now and in the future. Whatever may happen, Elisa, I hope we'll be able to find a path we can share with one another.
I hope so too.
Me too. A very sweet moment. And finally it's been said. I hope we get an opportunity to continue this in 3 and 4. Till they eventually do get a proper relationship, but we'll have to see. Your bond with Alyssa has strengthened. Oh yeah, way over maximum, eh? Rean and Alyssa reach link level 7. Overdrive 2. The final operation. Ooh, it even snowed. That looks really pretty. Do we get to go around town? Or are we gonna go directly into the preparation? Oh yeah, there it is. Damn, it looks even more beautiful than it was before. It does look different, right? It's not just me, is it? It is amazing. You really were able to forge Valimar a new touchy from Zemurian ore.
Of course I was. It's a massive weapon totaling over 7 arch in length. It is an uncommon shape, made refining and processing the ore exceedingly difficult, to say the least, but it was done. I doubt I would be able to do it if not for the help from a stubborn old student of mine over there. You're the least qualified person on this entire continent to call anyone else stubborn.
Yeah, I'm with you, instructor. Well, it sure was a shock to learn that you were also a former student of the professor, Instructor Makarov. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. But I'm so happy that Makarov was here then. Well, I heard you were once a student at the Roar Institute of Technology, but I never connected the dots.
That's how I preferred it too. all that was a long, long time ago. Well, I'll never be able to fathom why the two of you chose not to stay and study more under me. The offer still stands, however. I know talent when I see it. Well, I couldn't possibly. I doubt I have half the talent to keep up with you. Give it to him straight, George, or it won't get through that damn near impenetrable skull of his. Tell him to go insane if you had spent years working with an arrogant, self-centered prick like him.
It is honestly the truth. It is.
Still, what a beautiful blade it is. The radiance of it is simply dazzling.
Well, ain't nothing out there like Sumerian or... It's probably not as sharp as something a real swordsmith would make, though. None of us are smiths by profession. But Valimar should find it easier to use that than any weapon he could have taken from a soldat. That's what counts. Alright then, let's give it a try. Perfect.
Wow. They're resonating with one another? Ah, they sure are.
How beautiful. It truly is astounding. You look so cool, Valimar. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's amazing, alright. I think we finally have a chance. Feedback process with new armament complete. I do indeed feel this is easier to wield than previous armaments. Good, I'm glad to hear it.
You think this will do the trick?
Yep, I had high expectations, but this shattered all of them. I think I finally stand a chance against him now. Professor Smith, Instructor Makarov, George, thank you all so much for what you've done.
Save your thanks. I only did what I did to satisfy my curiosity. Whatever you do now that I'm done is of no concern to me.
He's not being modest either, Rean. He totally means that.
Well, this just is how he is. Same deal with the railway guns, the soldats, and the orbital jamming device. As soon as his work is done, he loses interest completely and is off to find something else to do. Something wrong with that?
All that said, I think the preparations are now finally complete.
Yes, sir. I think it's about time I go and get everyone. The fated moment has finally arrived.
The current time is 0630 hours. Everyone should gather here again at 7:30 hours. Make sure you're all wearing what I gave you earlier too. Right. Ooh, special uniform? Curious to see what that looks like. Oh, it's the bands are on their arm. Yeah. To be unified.
All of the students have gathered.
Good. Instructor Sarah, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov?
We leave them all in your capable hands.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them.
Just leave them to us.
Students of Thor's Military Academy. I am sure most of you remember what was once imparted to you during your respective welcoming ceremonies. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. These are the words of Emperor Drykos, the man who ended the War of the Lions and founded this very academy. I ask you to consider what the world he refers to is, and what qualities one must possess to be its foundation. I imagine that you each had your own thoughts in response. However, I ask that you not make the mistake of assuming that foundation is synonymous with sacrifice. I believe that it is by walking side by side with others, opening up a path and threading down it, that one does this. As such, I have but one very simple message for each and every one of you to remember. Return alive. Welcome spring's arrival with one another, and when the time comes, fly the nest with one another. And to that end, I wish you victory.
May Adios and Drykel's the Lionheart be with you all. And please, come back here safe and unharmed. Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out!
Right.
Understood.
Alright. Rean can now use the S-Craft Termination/Dawn. Ooh, cool. We're gone? Oh, I was so hoping we could go through Trista one more time. Surface air temperature is 5 degrees, humidity 13%. There is a north-northwesterly wind blowing at 11 APH. Incoming messages from both the 3rd and 4th Armored Division. They're past the Swarstrake barrier and Trista, moving into formation about 100 sails from Heimdallr. Main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. We're ready for battle at any time. All orbital engines are operating normally. All crew members present and accounted for. We're ready to begin the operation on your command.
Understood. Sounds like we're all ready to go. Still, it doesn't look like we're going to be hearing anything from Prince Oliver.
Indeed, there's been no word from Father either.
Well, they probably got their hands full in the west.
It's starting to get really hectic out there, from what I've heard. I've asked Mick to try and get in contact with Toval, but I'm not banking on him succeeding. Ah, that's too bad.
Well, it would have been great to have them here too.
There's no point in lamenting what we don't have. Right, all we can do now is make best of our current situation.
Yep, I'm with them.
Still, the battle doesn't begin until midday. We still got time. If there's anything you want to take care of, now's your chance. Anything spring to mind? Now that you mention it. Toa, are there any new requests for us to take care of?
There are, in fact. Hold on a minute while I get them up.
Ah, 4 optional ones. My Jormungand don't want none. When we speak of serpents, what should spring up to mind but the fell Jormungand? But in truth, I have my own glorious serpent I bring out at parties and on occasions, in fact. I'm not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. Oliver, let's move on. Rean, this is Major Vander. Pay no attention to the prince and just kill the monster. Sasha Violence. There once was a woman from Roar. When I saw her, I wanted to woo her. She gave me a snap when I sat on her lap. Now I have one lover fewer. How I love composing a clever verse. Gespard, another monster. North by northeast. The hills are alive, dear Rean, with the sound of monsters. The highland, to be more precise, and I'd like for you to look into it more personally. I hope your skills haven't plateaued yet, because you'll have to fly like, dare I say it, the wind to deal with this threat. Gilder Quaker, North Highlands, alright. Imer, far wherever you are. Danger strikes close to home for young Rean with a strange beast stirring up strife on the path to Ymir. Will he answer the call? Will his sister be impressed with his manly feats of strength? Will anyone actually read this? The Sasquatch. Deepest area. Alright. I think we can handle these.
Right. None of them seem likely they would take too long. Well, whether you do them or not is totally up to you, but getting ready for battle should be top priority. I know you got the hang of reporting to Prince Oliver, but seeing as we can't contact him, you can just report to me.
This might be a last chance for you have to have maintenance done on your orbits too. So if you need anything, let me know.
We will, thank you.
There's no such thing as being too prepared for this. Finale, forward relentlessly. To advance the main story, speak to Towa in the captain's chair and select Commence Operation. This is the last time during the story that you will be on board the Courageous. After beginning the operation, it will no longer be possible to take advantage of its facilities or visit other towns. All quests and sub-events will also disappear, and trial chests will become permanently unavailable. While you will have another chance to buy item, quartz and the like, this will not be for some time. Alright, we definitely want to have our main fighters of the main job. Alyssa, because we're gonna have her by our side like we promised her, and use this as a final to tap it off. This will be our perfect team. Alright, well, the episode lasted a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I am happy where we are. So right now we have a metric ton of stuff to do. I'm gonna imagine there will be a lot of places around the map where we can talk to people with new texts, potential quests, potential items, insanity. And a lot, of course, we have our 4 optional quests. We've got the trial chest we need to complete. We need to make sure if there are new equipment for everyone. We got at least a new shirt, new weapons, upgrading those weapons. We got Sumerian ore. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be more side quests with more Sumerian ore. So I'm hoping we're gonna get at least 3 more. Then we have 4 pieces, but I'd be happy if we get 1 more, so that Rean and Laura will both have the weapon. But if our 4 main choices will have it, that would be perfect. But that is for the coming few episodes. So for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we travel over the world, finding every little bit of quests, items, and trials that we can. See you then. Bye bye.